coming out from 100 Thieves for all of these melee champions. It's a 4 melee comp. Braum feels so strong
would
for
also be
Keria,
nasty.
but also they're going to lock in the Leona instead.
So Braum would have been good into the composition that 100 Thieves have, but T1 would have...
Guma is really low now.
Yeah, FBI still looking. As you can also see, River is hovering around down this area. So 100 Thieves, they feel confident pushing up, but up in the top side, it's Doran and Owner looking for the dive on the big Dokes, and it's first blood over to T1.
100 Thieves thought they could re-engage off of that initial play, and weren't able to, thanks to the nice flash from Doran.
And now with Doran forcing those summoner spells in the bottom lane, chunking both of the enemy laners down to half HP, this is a free ticket.
To bait you into team fights that you maybe shouldn't be taking. But T1 doesn't need to fight. They can just take the advantage down on this bot side, but with Quidty being out, T1 now can move in.
Okay, T1 looking for a chance to at least take one of these grubs away with Quid's departure, and it looks like they're going to get just that. Owner and Keria moving into the pit. So 2 grubs over to 100 Thieves, 1 for T1. And again, whenever you split the grubs, even for the team that got 1, it doesn't feel that bad just because...
I don't think that Doka can really do much about it realistically.
Well, we'll see. Right now, he wants to step forward, try to clear out some of that wave a little bit, but Doran immediately popping the Dominus as Owner's ready to try to show up. Dives in with the audacious charge. Public execution from Dokla. Owner's going to die to the turret shot. Dokla stays alive for now. Doran's going to try to pick this one up a little bit, but Doran's going to die as well. Big Dokes! 2 for 1 in the top lane.
Really nicely done. He forces Doran to use the ulti early, but Faker is going to get solo killed by...
100 Thieves are playing with the name plates off. They do not care what they're facing on the Rift. They're playing with nothing but confidence as they are finding kills across the map.
And Dokla has his Eclipse done now, so now he's the one in the driver's seat. Ayla's up here. Doran could be the one getting dove.
They want to give Doran a taste of his own medicine. Ayla's going to lead the charge. He makes the dive for the headbutt pull. The flash coming out from Doran, but the exhaust ready to follow, and 100 Thieves make boots out of that crocodile. They find the dive up here in the top lane. It costs them the Drake as T1 are going to secure their...
Absolutely are, and we can see this one more time. The seismic shove is there, but Quid gets the Q slow, flashes in, kills him with the Kingslayer. Faker responds on the flash, but Faker's caught out again.
Faker in a bad spot here with the River. Ayla and Quid trying to chase him down and secure it. Quid gets another one. The Silas running the show for the mid lane. Now up here in the top side, we're going to get yet another trade. Stridebreaker now completed for Doran, but again, that Eclipse from Dokla is so strong. River coming in for the Cyclone. Keria wants to save his top laner, but it's too little. It's too late.
Did get 2 early dragons. They're about to take the first tower here as well. And this next dragon...
Relatively short range on the side of 100 Thieves. You really have to get into the face of your opposition. And this herald should really help open up that mid lane tower, which once that is...
Okay, nice little bit of poke coming out from FBI. TP coming in. Rift Herald summoned up. Looks like we might get a Combat Herald on this one as the Weaver's Wall. Nice use there from Faker. River still looking for the opportunity to try to go in and steal. Quid off on the bottom side. Rest 100 Thieves going in after the Drake. They're going to steal it away. Keria's about to die to Quid. He falls. Quid takes the kills. The rest of T1 scrambles to try to fight. Solar Flare's not going to find much. Owner takes more damage from FBI. Faker looks to fire back, and FBI's going to be caught by the seismic shove. Owner takes the kill on that one. 100 Thieves in full retreat. Doran on the chase, but he's already lost the Dominus. Stridebreaker on Ayla. Owner goes in for a double kill. T1 take the fight, and they aren't done yet. Quid tries to escape. Owner wants to win, becomes lightning, but he can't quite make it strike. He jumps in anyway as Quid wants to sidestep the seismic shove, but he's still taking a ton of damage. 100 Thieves has overstayed their welcome, and Quid cannot use his Kingslayer in time. T1 may lose the Drake, but they'll take 3 kills. They'll take the mid lane turret, and they'll take the lead.
And it all came down to FBI not flashing the seismic shove free, and it allows T1 to pile in and take the fight.
I think the positioning of Doran in that fight was so good as well because Ayla, he got a beautiful flash.
The Otacon forcing your hand. Quid is just going to let the tower die to deny the local gold here, realizing that's probably not going to be
Otacon. It's T1 immediately deciding they want the objective. They've already got it down to 1/3 HP. I think 100 Thieves might be a little bit late to the party. Nice Weaver's Wall coming out from Faker. River wants to go in and try to steal it away. He got it! 100 Thieves steal the objective, but what about the fight? T1's already taken out the enemy jungler. Ayla might be next to fall. Gumayushi gets the kill, and Dokla's next on the chopping block. T1, they lose the objective, but again, they get 3 kills instead.
T1 just keep coming out ahead in the fights. 100 Thieves couldn't quite secure kills onto Faker or Carrier, and Doran leading the charge with Gumayushi at his back means that T1 set their sights on the tier 2 tower.
Yeah, it's just so tough. They can't finish off any of those kills. So yes, you do get the Otacon. It stops it from being a total disaster, but Quid is going to have to back off, and that means it is now a 3.7k gold lead with it, that tier 2 taken.
Quid stealing away the Dominus, wants to use it aggressively here. Doran and Guma, T1, 2-1 in Drake so far. Dragon down to half HP, 100 Thieves on the approach. The Weaver's Wall has to be separated. Quid in the middle of everybody. Xin Zhao ulti stolen. Quid gonna be focused here for now, but he's still staying alive in the moment. Carrier taken down to about nothing. Dokla! The back line. He wants Gumayushi, but he can't find him. FBI's under pressure, but he stays alive as well. Both top laners out of the picture. Dragon, 3k HP. Redemption coming in for 100 Thieves as Owner tries to jump forward. Now he's gonna be your target. River's next to fall. The Drake goes over to T1. Quid jumps back over the wall. He wants the abduct, and he's lucky he didn't get it. Owner of 1 HP. A double kill of Gumayushi. A piercing arrow over the wall from FBI. There are dead bodies in both jerseys all over the Dragon Pit. And now Faker is looking for more. He wants another rock here onto FBI. Onto Ayla. His seismic shove will not hit. Gumayushi coming around to try to help him. Ayla's next to fall. It's a 4 for 2 plus Drake for T1.
T1 got the barrier out, but they need that assistance. It can't be a solo mission from Dokla. Ayla's looking for an engage.
Yeah, Ayla knocks Owner up into the air. Defensive Xin Zhao ulti to keep Owner protected. Dokla dives in for the public execution. Owner's gonna take a ton of burst, and he drops first. Carry is next to go if he's not careful. Doran's in the back of 100 Thieves, and they scramble defensively. Doran's next to Baron.
They go Baron!
The line on T1 is down as Baron spawns onto Summoner's Rift. 100 Thieves have 5v3, and T1 wants nothing to do with Baron.
They gotta give it up. What an engage from Ayla there as 100 Thieves finds Owner right before the spawn of Baron here. He says, you've gone too far. We know that Faker's back in base. We know that
in the mid lane, Quid getting closer and closer to level 16. The standing gold of this mid tier 1, the bot tier 1, these towers.
Exactly the same moment, which means 100 Thieves are going to have control.
They're going to look for a fight right here.
Up to the Drake. Now Carrier gets over the wall with a blast cone. River jumps in, pops a cyclone on Faker. That was a
that was not the fight they wanted.
Got a little bit too excited, but hey, they're still going to force T1 back. They're still going to take the tier 1 turret.
As Guma is yet to die in this game. This Corki is a monstrous Quid. He face checks.
Yeah, Quid face checking right into the brush. He's going to get punished here. Remember, he still has the arm guard, but the chain CC. Quid's alive, but only at 50 health. The Silas is the target, and T1 has already found him. Carry is going to be focused down by 100 Thieves. Gumayushi under pressure from River, but T1's already found a double for Owner. Gumayushi low. Dokla needs to get the kill, and he finds Gumayushi. Dokla flashes back over the wall. Faker wants to take him out, but he doesn't have the damage. FBI gets a double as Owner falls. Beautiful play from Dokla to salvage the fight. Quid gets caught, but it's 100 Thieves taking out 3 for 2. And gentlemen, one of the 3 is the enemy jungler. Faker
TP.
Trying to save things, trying to look for River here, who has to use the clone to juke away.
Dokla's TPing deep.
Dokla looking to cut off Faker's escape here. The teleport coming in on top of the wave. Faker's got to be aware of this. Pathing through the jungle, making sure he stays safe. But the mission is accomplished. Soul it's 100 Thieves with control over the pit, and T1 not wanting to let another one of these slip away. Dokla finally going to secure that tier 1 turret up there in the top.
Tried to time his chains of corruption onto the teleport. He whiffed it. It was early. Couldn't land that. That would have been critical. If he hits that, I think they can
hit Abscond, Abduct. T1 needs to try to approach this. The Baron is dropping again, down to half HP already. Owner over the wall. River has been winning the smite fights here so far in this game. 100 Thieves looking to peel away now as Ayla charges in for the headbutt pull, but it's not going to connect. Ayla now going to be the target here with Redemption coming down, but Carry is first to die. 100 Thieves already have the first kill. River's going to the back line. He wants Faker and Guma. T1's killed River, but what about the rest of the fight? Quid into the back. Faker staying alive, trying to kite him out. Dokla with a little bit more damage, but he's down. 100 Thieves overstep, and T1 have been the best team in the world.
Ayla, but then the re-engage from River, it's looking so good for them as T1 goes into the blender. They knock down Guma, and you're thinking, this is the time. This is where they're going to win. But Owner comes back up with a GA, and look at Doran. Faker gets the stasis off at no HP, and Doran just crushes them.
FBI flashes into melee range of the Renekton. The flick gets all 3, and Doran's like, welcome to the meat grinder. Baron is secured, the Soul will be secured, and just like that,
That's the game.
T1 will snuff out the hopes of 100 Thieves.
Looks like they're doing a good job holding for now as T1 have their next wave ready to push bottom lane. Faker going to use the Weaver's Wall to guarantee that this outer barrier goes down. Now the inhibitor exposed here in the bottom lane and winning this first game. They're going to need to get a team fight win here. They're going to need to get the Elder after. Keria takes a bit of poke there, so they'll feel okay about that one, but again, it's nothing that's going to change the game. Quid goes into the middle of everybody. He's shielded up with his Injao ulti. Into the back line goes Dokla. Keria's under threat, but Dokla doesn't have the damage. He's going to be knocked into the resurrection here for the Guardian Angel. Quid has to keep making a little bit more space as Dokla tries to retreat. Gumayushi goes in, and Dokla is down. T1.
This is their way back into the game. They don't have Dokla available. 45 seconds until the top laner is back. The HP is low for Quid. Even if they trap the Renekton, is it really going to be enough?
Okay, Quid steals dominus yet again. Elder Dragon targeted by T1. They've got a 5v4. Quid's only at 40% HP. Ayla focused down. He's dead immediately. T1 have their first kill. Quid wants to take Keria, but it's not going to matter because Doran's already killed FBI. T1 on the victory push. Doran goes over the wall and Quid has to flash away from Solar Flare. River and Quid in full retreat. T1 in hot pursuit. River trying to juke with a bit of a clone prank, but it's not going to work well enough. Quid is already dead. Faker has cut off River's escape. It will not matter that he has Guardian Angel because the Angels are not listening. T1 will stop 100 Thieves' chances dead in their tracks. It's a 5-0 delayed ace. Dokla's back to life, but the inhibitor is first to fall, and it's only a sign of things immediately to come. The Nexus turrets will melt. 100 Thieves fought hard, but T1 is T1, and they are not gonna fall in this first game. 24-16, they'll take game one.
Kuma goes. I think something super defensive could be smart here, whether it is the Jhin or a Xayah or whatever. And then all of a sudden, in comes the Nico ult, in comes the Galio ult, in comes all these things. So I feel like the draft was fairly predictable. Both teams Dokla's still holding onto his TP though, and Guma is top. So there is a potential for a 5v4 if they want to try to go for it. But of course, they are too late. But early smite, the steal!
Stolen away with a crash down coming in from Ayla. 100 Thieves are thinking about a fight, but Faker's already level 6. Ayla with a flash away. River stepping forward here with a shield, but a heroic entrance forces another flash, this time from River. 100 Thieves, yes, they overstay. Yes, it costs their summoners, but a heroic... I love the guy in the audience who's literally doing Pepe hands as his reaction, as T1 are going to be a little bit disappointed with that, as now River shows up in the mid lane with a Grand Starfall. Point and click there for the stun, and it's first blood over to Quid. This is what 100 Thieves wanted when they
experienced. Gumayushi about to go over to level 7, so he is pretty even with FBI, I stand corrected, as Doran with that small XP lead, level 7, and T1 should uncontested secure these grubs.
Exactly.
Only cost is going to be a few minions in bot lane.
He's in the river.
Okay, but T1 has total control over the area. They
Okay,
already
that's
lost
also
the
true.
first Drake, but they started it up, remember, so early. So second
Riding
Drake
that high with the level of confidence he's playing.
I thought you were going to go with he did solo kill Faker with the help of River.
All right, Owner trying to come in here, make a move on to Quid, but because the Shockwave's still down from earlier, it means that Quid can make enough distance that Owner cannot try to engage after him with the Cataclysm without committing a flash. He does not want to use that. They know that Quid still has the ultimate, so he can get away defensively just with that. Comet Spear and the rest of the ulti coming in now as the Grand Starfall sets it up. Keria is knocked down. 100 Thieves, they find themselves, and now that's a 2-0 game in their favor. The Shockwave from Faker at the very end of the fight doesn't do anything.
I mean, it's a beautiful play, not only because they kept the kill onto Keria, but because Faker had to flash to avoid it being him that goes down. So Faker flashes out, and Keria just kind of has to tank that one for him. It's a get down, Mr. President moment, but you still got to pay that price, and 100 Thieves happy to take the blood toll.
The only bad news for 100 Thieves is the kill did go on to Ayla. They would have loved to have funneled a little bit more gold into their Akali, but at the end of the day, as you highlighted, Azael, advantages gained for 100 Thieves. A small gold lead in their favor. Herald are going to be spawning in about 1 minute, 20 seconds, and so T1 want to try and get that last plate before it wears off, and they're going to grab it. So T1 immediately going to close that gold gap, and we find ourselves once again in a very even game state. I think T1 do prefer this situation, especially with the Rod of Ages completed. And that's going to start stacking up for Faker in the mid lane.
And they get the third plate as well with the extra auto attacks, thanks to the fact that they have 3 grubs. The burn over time gets that third plate right before it ticks 14 minutes.
Now, ideally, Quid does not want to be fighting Doran. Doran has no kill threat on the Akali, but the Akali has no kill threat on the Doran. Meanwhile, Faker with no flash, sure. Rumble ultimate with the Pantheon ultimate could be enough to set up for a kill, but ideally they want to try and swap those when they can, because look at Faker right now. He's just bullying Dokla in the side lane.
Yeah, I mean, Dokla has been
absolutely
going to be really difficult. Ayla's trying to wrap around here on Owner, make sure that he can't actually walk up for any chance at a steal. But T1 can just play mid. They're just going to actually knock down this tower here. So yes, they will lose the Herald, but here comes River.
River jumps in, Gumayushi immediately into the ulti. River tries to follow him, but the hero's entrance locks up the enemy jungler. And T1 takes the first turret. They take a kill, and now Quid is trying to come in to take revenge. Owner is your first target. He's down to 200 HP. He tries to get away with the perfect execution. Lives up to the name. Quid gets it done. Nicely played there from 100 Thieves to respond to the nice play that T1 started with. It's a 1-for-1 trade, but T1 taking the turret means they come out on top.
You're absolutely right, Flowers. A nice sequence from both sides as T1 acknowledge that they cannot contest the Herald, so they invest their resources into mid. But now, TP top lane.
Faker in a little bit of danger here. Equalizer to slow him down as he tries to escape. Dokla's got to be careful chasing after this. Quid has no ulti on the Akali. Faker trying to make his way all the way out. A beautiful shockwave. Dokla's down to make it a 1-for-1, but 100 Thieves still get him.
All right, so another tower going to be going the way of T1. That top lane tier 1 is almost knocked down as well. The goal very...
Test this dragon. They will concede it. T1 will secure the upgraded boots as River looks to try and
add a whole lot of power, but it's the ability to upgrade the boot an additional time after the first 2 big items are completed. Killer Instinct from FBI, Pop Blossom to follow it up here. Carrier on the defense as Ayla wanted to use the Magnet Storm, and they do secure the kill on Carrier, but now Doran jumps into the middle of everybody. He gets one back onto Ayla. Support for support as the Galio goes up into the air and gets away. Faker wants to throw the ball forward. 100
They are a very short-range composition, and against an Orianna, maybe they want to use this Herald to guarantee this mid tower. Doran, though, doesn't have his flash.
Nice. They stun him up with a Shattering Strike, and they try to block the exit here for the Justice Punch. Doran cannot use it to get away because he would have to dash back first. So a nice
soul point.
All right, Doran's about to take the tier 1 turret here in the top lane, put T1 at a very, very slight gold lead. T1 does spawn, second item fully completed for Faker as well. He has the Seraph's Embrace all the way evolved. Quid going after Doran here, going to allow the taunt to expire. River ready to join up. Yes, Doran is very tanky against magical damage, and he failed the flash over the wall. The Galio now with the hero's exit to get away to a nearby ally, but Quid tries to follow here with a Shuriken flip. He goes in for the perfect execution. He's trying to still find the kill. Doran dies, and Quid's got the fancy feet to guarantee it. Oh no, wants to get away, but a flash 5-point strike hits all 5. Quid dies to the shockwave in retaliation. The approach, T1's already got it down to 40% HP. Doran keeping Quid away off to the right side pincer as the Infernal Drake is secured by Owner and T1. 100 Thieves not there in time.
Yeah, River really wanted to finish a second item, so he does do that, but then you're allowing them the free soul point, and now they're going to engage.
Yeah, now it's a ton of damage back onto River. The shield cannot protect him in time. Quid wants threat onto Gumayushi, but he doesn't have enough. Pop Blossom's not going to stop him. Ayla into the middle of everybody here with a Magnet Storm. Carrier might just die to Quid, but FBI's already been executed by Owner. Ayla's next to fall, double kill over to Gumayushi. Carrier dies, but it's so many dead on 100 Thieves in trade. Only Quid and Dokla are still alive as Quid tries to escape into the enemy jungle. Owner's got an eye on him here with the sweeper. Quid still trying to get out, but Faker's shockwave will seal his fate.
For simply approaching the dragon, T1 find 4 kills. 100 Thieves positioning. They did not respect the possibility of T1's collapse. They lose so many members. They lose the dragon. They lose the Arakan, and this game is quickly slipping away.
Yeah, kills the support, and T1 just fights forward through the rest of the team.
Faker in an awkward position here.
Yep, tagged by the first Electro Harpoon. Exhausted now as he tries to fight back. Owner swooping in to protect his mid laner. Meanwhile, FBI's in danger. Killer Instinct defensively. Faker burning down. Dokla burning down. A little bit more damage from Flame Spitter isn't going to get it done. Faker finds the first kill back into Dokla. Gumayusi under pressure, he tries to sidestep away. A massive outplay from Gumayusi defensively with the feathers to buy a little bit more time, but he is shut down by River. It's still 3 for 1, favoring T1 as Quid and River are trying to get away, and Doran pushes the tier 2 mid.
That pick onto Faker could have opened up a Baron, but he is just so tanky. Dokla didn't have the damage to get through the shielding from Doran, the HP from Faker's build, and while Quid set his sights on the AD carry, Guma was far too resilient. Carrier was providing enough support, and 2 towers will fall off the back of that as T1 gain an even greater gold advantage.
I kind of want to see that one more time because it felt to me at first like maybe Dokla was just trying to hold on to the equalizer, not commit it, used it very late, but they are going to go back in. Can they actually stop the recalls in time?
Dokla looking for it. He has no equalizer to try to stop this, but they don't need it just yet. Here comes Ayla. He's locked him up with a Magnet Storm. Faker trying to get away. He's very low on HP, but River's on the approach. Faker and Owner both getting away over the wall. Quid on the chase. He finds the shutdown onto Faker, and now he's got to try to get himself out of it, but he's not going to find the kill under Quid here just yet. Owner's going to be burned down. Shutdown credits over to River. It's 2 kills for 100 Thieves.
What a fight there from 100 Thieves. They force it. They find the angle. Quid is back to base, but he has no TP. River is low. Owner is dead. They can't start the pick.
Like you say, Vedius, Carrier has been spotted out. Important to note, T1 also ahead 29 flower petals as Owner goes in for the Cataclysm. They're ready to back it up with Faker and Gumayusi. It's 2 kills for free. 1 for each of the T1 carries. And now with the top laner and jungler down on the 100 Thieves side, T1 are feeling emboldened. Doran just distracting everybody here in the mid lane as the rest of T1 begins the Baron.
The positioning was scattered for 100 Thieves, and T1 are so quick to pounce. They take out the jungler, they take out the top laner, they convert it into a Baron.
In this game, we'll see if there's any sort of a attempt at a random steal, but not going to be there as T1 will claim the Infernal Soul back.
This moment will cement another soul for T1. 13 kills to 12. 100 Thieves have fought valiantly, but now they have to
bottom side are able to push in here. Carrier is there.
All right, first inhibitor turret already down. Into the back line goes River, but into the front line goes Carrier. Pop Blossom. FBI's already down, and Ayla's going to follow. River dies in the back line of T1. It's 4 dead already, and with only Quid alive, T1 is ready to end this game. The Shockwave will not find the Akali. Quid will waste as much time as he can, but it will not matter. 100 Thieves left it all on the Rift in their final series of League of Legends, but the winningest team in the history of the game will not hear T1 move on.
It was always going to be such a long shot against the back-to-back world champions here. 100 Thieves, as you said it, they left it all out on the Rift. They played aggressive. They played to the best of their ability. They came close at moments, but T1 always building those edges, especially in this second game. Full control, played towards the objectives, had great setups, and the killer instinct that they had to find these picks in the key moments really did separate the 2 teams.
T1 will move to 2-2. They still need another series to make their way towards the quarterfinals. But what a valiant effort from the Thieves. These players put everything onto the Rift, and what a showing it has been.
And you can hear the crowd cheering for the Thieves. Their final heist now coming to a conclusion. Up against a team, the caliber and the pedigree of T1, to stand against them and play that aggressively, that fearlessly. You've got to be proud of what they left on the Rift here today. Analysts, what are we thinking?
I think it's World Championship, and T1 always finds a way here, but the Thieves did not make it easy for them. I understand the frustration on the face of 100 Thieves here, given the year they have, given the comebacks that they went through to make it here today, with the run and the teams they had to face off against at Worlds. It can only be frustrating now.
There's no better way to go out than that. It was an absolute banger of a series. One of those times where if you just look at the scoreboard, if you look at the nameplates, it's just not going to do it justice. This was a back and forth. This was an extremely, extremely hard-fought victory here for T1. And I think there'll be a lot of question marks for them, even despite the plot armor going into the series tomorrow, because if you're an average fan, I think it was 100 Thieves. They might not have stolen the win, but it did steal a lot of hearts for that final series.
Yeah, I was really surprised actually to see, because obviously everywhere T1 go, they're always the home crowd, right? Even here in China a lot of times. But there were so many people standing here cheering, maybe for Dokla, again, our latest Doyen star, gaining a lot of fans. But the thing about 100 Thieves that I love about them so much is that they went out playing their style of game, right? So for as many times as I've disagreed with Grayson's drafts, you know, locking in the Akali, the Sylas for Quid, really playing to their strengths, which is creating these skirmishes all around the map. Good job, guys.
Good job, guys. Good job bringing the vibe, saving your season the way they did as well. I have only admiration for these players, for the way they fought. Inspirational here on your side, Emily. And
I won't sing it. It's a thing from my way. I won't sing it because